this is kind of funny because, you know, a past controversy of his, you know, is coming back to bite him, you know, right square on the face, because openly gay Olympic skater Adam Rippon reportedly declined an invite to sit with the VP because he says Pence funded gay conversion therapy in the past, which Pence says is not true. But should they have a sit down? Should he sit down to talk with this gentleman who doesn't even sort of recognize him as a
I believe that
person?
Pence did do have something, I don't have the exact, something about changing people's sexual behavior.
Well,
but you notice that it's whenever they talk about that, they never say, I'm going to change a heterosexual into a homosexual. It's always the other way around. Why is that? If you're so concerned that I'm not happy with my sexuality, why don't you come to me and turn me into a lesbian? I'd like to see them do that.
Well, he says keeping gays from marrying was not discrimination, but an enforcement of God's idea. In 2006, he said gay couples signal societal collapse. And in 2007, he opposed the Employment Non-Discrimination Act, a law that would prohibit discrimination against the LGBTQ folks. And so, you know, he doesn't believe that the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell is good. And he rejected the other Obama's administration directive on transgender bathrooms. So I don't know. I mean, I think it would be like asking a Jewish person to sit down and understand where the Nazi is coming from. I think that would be a difficult
I think it's been done.
thing.
That has been done, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a movie Shoah where the photographer, the guy who's running it, Landsman, I think his name is, he sits down with a Nazi and they talk about it, and you see what a devil the Nazi is. It exposes them.
But that's the thing, and I'm always sort of on the fence with this, because oftentimes people can't have empathy for someone they don't know or they can't see. And so when you do have these sit-downs and you can personify for someone whatever struggle there is, you can personify the fact, okay, I am a black woman, or I am, you know, a homosexual. I feel like that can break down barriers, but I don't know, people that have met with the administration haven't fared well. Like Steve Harvey met with the administration, Al Gore met with the administration, the presidents of the HBCUs met with the administration, the bishops, black bishops met with the administration, and they
didn't get along. They had too much experience.
I will say that had I not met and spoken with people for my entire life and career, people with who have vastly different ideas about the world, who see the world through different lenses, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I have learned so much and experienced so much, even just being on this show for the past 4.5 months. And I think when anyone in the White House asks you to show up, you go, because you should respect the House, that it is, what it represents to our country. And I recently had this experience myself. I came out yesterday, I talked about it in Politico. President Trump and Melania Trump called me, and I was 100% took the call and happy to speak with them.
Oh,
I will do
I
it to
call me,
anyone.
I would do it too. I dare him.
And you talked to him, even though he insulted your father.
Yes,
you
I did.
talked
We
to
had
him.
that, and I just think we will not get anywhere in this world if we don't communicate with one another. And as you're saying, we are so tribal right now. We are so divisive.
Well,
and to go
But
ahead.
at the same time, I do think you have to, if someone doesn't acknowledge the fact that you exist, or that if you think that gayness is a choice and you're rejecting science, there's also, you don't want to reward that behavior either.
And you don't want to turn it into a photo op.
Yeah, you don't
want it to become the photo op. Listen,
That's what's happened.
not everybody can sit down with the opposing folks.
Yeah.
This may not be his thing. He just wants to skate.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
But what?
I mean.
So, like, in a second.
Yeah.
Just in the middle of the conversation here, I'm just saying, he doesn't necessarily want to be the person to sit down with this man, because I think for him, it is too much of an insult. And I have to say, you know, there are some times when you can do it and sometimes when you can't. And when someone continuously tells you that you are wrong in who you are, you just really don't want to be bothered with them. Now, I know that you have to be, I think so. So I wouldn't want, I'm sure there are lots of people they could be sitting down with. You know, but this, I think, is a photo op.
Yeah. See, I can see both sides to this. That's what's so difficult for me.
I just think you have to look at his personal experience. I don't think this is the first time this guy's ever experienced homophobia, you know? And then for one of the leaders of the free world to be encouraging and supporting that, I imagine it'd be a little triggering
it's a
for
little
some.
Why should, she says, why should he put himself in that
Why does
picture?
he have to get on a
That's
plane
right.
and go fly to have some guy that doesn't believe that his existence is valid? Have to sit there and take
Sometimes
photos.
we have to talk to people who see the world.
Sometimes you do, but I don't think he needs to do this. He needs to concentrate on skating right now.
I think we all need to watch him. Let's make dolls.
Do what he does, you know, and you know, sir, if the vice president actually wants to show some support, go watch him skate.
Yep.
We'll be right back.